could have talked about that, but here in Texas, I mean, I know people think about school, so thanks for the segue idea, Rick.
Okay, just trying to help.
People, think about school starting in most places, or a lot of places, that means the weather's getting cooler and all that, but not around here. We have lots of summer warm days left. So a question we get asked all the time at the office is, and we call them toys, recreational vehicles, whether it's a motorcycle, an RV, a boat, an ATV, they want to know, is that covered on my auto policy or my homeowner's policy? And I'd say 99 times out of 100, the answer is no, it's not. But so we thought we would talk about toys and insurance today. And Brad has more of these toys than most people that I know. He collects a lot of things, so I thought that he would be good to come and help me talk about this today.
Well, mostly I'm just here to talk about the claims.
Yeah.
Because I have more experience with the claim side of these toys than anybody I know. So.
Well, that's the most important part of the insurance process, is that the claim goes well. So,
exactly.
So do you want to tell us about a few? You have a story or two?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of these stories. As growing up with many of these items, from boats to motorcycles to Sea-Doos, thinking back in my memory, my very first wreck. I was 3 years old. Dad stuck me on the front of a jet ski. We wanted to go out for a ride. I grabbed the gas and took off. Right out into the lake.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, and then I ended up wrecking the jet ski on the land. So,
Yeah.
with all these things, anything can happen.
That's
so,
true.
the unexpected.
That's true. And like I always say, you don't want to take something that's supposed to be fun and it not be fun because you found out you didn't have insurance. So, of course, we got the motorcycles. And what's that interesting one that you have that you collect?
I collect everything from small scooters for endurance rides all the way up to Russian motorcycles.
Russian.
Yes.
I was going to say German. So
What did you bring to work last Friday, that green one? That looked pretty sharp.
That's a 2014 Ural from Russia.
Okay, that is one of the Russian ones.
Yes,
That's awesome.
it's built in Russia from the Ural Mountains.
Mhm.
Since 1941, they've been building them the same way. And if you ever go to the factory, it's stepping back in time. Now, the interesting thing about the sidecar rigs is that on insurance, when you cover them, most of the time, companies will not cover the sidecar.
Really?
Yes, so you have to be very careful when covering those because they might be considered either part of the bike or an accessory, so you have to read the forms very, very closely. And speaking of accessories, there's a lot of bikes out there that have very expensive accessories.
yeah, I know you can put a lot of money into that stuff. I know I've been with my husband to the Harley store a few times, and you can buy just about anything.
You know, we always have to take the opportunity to throw me under the bus for something.
There's
you
nothing
know?
wrong with that. I mean,
Oh,
that's
we
not-
heard it in your voice.
Oh,
Sonny.
okay, sorry.
And the word expensive came up.
He doesn't spend a lot of money on this stuff, but I have been in those stores with him and I can see that it's possible for people to spend a lot of money. So that's a very good point, that yes, you can insure your motorcycle, but your agent needs to understand about your motorcycle. And if they're not asking you questions, you might make sure you're dealing with an agent that's used to riding these type of things, because like he said, the sidecar issue, the accessories. I know for a long time, when Sea-Doos first came out, jet skis first came out, a lot of the policies excluded water skiing. And if you didn't know that, if you're not used to being at the lake or know, people do pull water skiers. Now that people don't really water ski as much anymore as they used to, but that used to be a big deal. So there's all kinds of stuff with insuring these things. So you just need to make sure that you have an agent that's used to writing those things. And there's the damage to the item itself, and you've bought this because you wanted to have fun with it. You probably put work into it, so you want to make sure that if something does happen, that you're covered there. And then the accessories that Brad brought up, or the personal effects if it's your boat or whatever it is, but then also liability if you hurt someone else. So there's
Right, speaking of liability, just because you have a Sea-Doo or a jet ski, these small watercrafts, don't think they won't cause a liability claim. Now, back to another story. So my cousin Shay and my sister are riding our 1991 Sea-Doo, where Dad put a steel bumper on the front of it because she kept running into things. So she was jumping the wakes of a a fishing boat that these kids just built all winter long, put it out in the water the first day. Shay speared that boat, sunk it.
oh no.
So even though it's a small watercraft, it can cause a lot of liability claims.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you wanna look at those limits and make sure that you didn't just buy a policy that'll cover $50,000 for bodily injury and property damage. That's not gonna help you out very much. And
Have you seen the cost of those fishing boats
yeah,
nowadays?
exactly. So yeah, we do write a lot of these things at Bryan Insurance. Our personal lines team is very familiar, and we would love to look at that for you. So if you have any of these things we've been talking about, so make sure I got them all, Brad. Motorcycles, boats, ATVs, there's travel trailers. Classic cars. There's lots of stuff like this. Give us a call, let us look at your coverage for you. We would love to do that.
How do we get a hold of you?
Well, you call us at 940-549-2525. Come see us, second floor Sierra Bank Building, or visit us online, www.bryanins.com.
Okay, now do y'all service areas like, B104 covers all the way down to Callahan County? Y'all good with calls from anywhere?
Oh, absolutely. We have, all over Texas and many other states, we have clients in.
I write a lot of my friends from Louisiana on their motorcycle policies, so
Okay.
we're not just Texas, we write Texas, Oklahoma, and all the surrounding states as well, so.
Very good.
Yeah.
Brian Insuring, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I said our personal lines team, but if you have something that's out of the ordinary, call Brad and talk to him about it. Just
Yeah.
because he is really into that stuff, and he could give you some good tips, I bet you anything, and he's always willing to help.
So Brad's the unusual insurance coordinator.
You have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea. That's one of his many hats, let's put it that way.
And he'll also help you move furniture too.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate